Not sure.
What? Not sure.
We'll see. Everybody knows what's going on there.
Back to the war zone. So. So everybody.
We pay respects to the bowing three times together. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can see some of you. How many are there online?
21.
21.
People on Zoom.
Where are you at the moment?
No, in Singapore. Singapore, Paris.
Okay, so let's start. Let's start with the questions, yeah?
Anyone with questions can raise your hand.
Good evening, Ajahn. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, so I was wanting to ask a question about when you think that your practice is getting good at handling certain situations, certain social situations, but then after some time, same social situation might be handled completely differently. Like you thought that you overcame this difficulty, or you could handle it better, but now out of all of a sudden you see that your practice is collapsing, or you just couldn't handle that, and it feels like it's retracting back. Your practice is retracting back. So that happened with me with some situations. I was wondering why it happens, although I quickly recovered from it, like 3 days, but still it feels bad that you thought you were going somewhere and then suddenly same things arise again and again.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so easy, things come and things go, I mean, it's like a wave, sometimes we think we are able to deal with it better because we have more sati, and the next time, we have less sati, and then, things are not going as smooth as we expected. The problem is because we have not rooted out the cause of it, yeah? I mean, you say it's social interaction, yeah? I mean, what came before, I mean, what came before the interaction, yeah? I mean, did you expect something, were there some expectation, or did you have a plan to do, all these things, yeah? I mean, if you try, in any kind of interaction, yeah, to be just mindful of your breathing in and breathing out, yeah, and not plan, what to say or what to do, then you might be free of it. But maybe there's some anger, there are some other issues, yeah. You have to look at it, yeah. You have to uproot it, you have to root it out, yeah. The cause, I mean, for your interaction, yeah.
As long as I'm mindful of my breath and I stay with it as long as I can for the whole day, then it doesn't get me any problem. But when I, due to certain thought patterns, I start thinking certain things, I start thinking certain desires, and then I start believing these desires, and I feel like my mindfulness is not worth it, or it's not giving me the kind of prize I want, or then I start losing trust in my mindfulness, and then I slowly start letting go of it, and then it all happens spiraling downwards, all these negative things, and then I just can't handle the situation. That something happens. That's what I see.
Yeah, I mean, forgive yourself, I mean, things, I mean, like we say in the West, Rome wasn't built in one day. Yeah, our practice will not progress, in just a few years. Yeah, I mean it slowly progresses. You see, sometimes you can deal with the situation, and other times you're taken aback. Yeah, so forgive yourself and and ask yourself, I mean, why wasn't I able, to be mindful, or sati, yeah? Sati, yeah? Sati is not the only solution, yeah? Sati is a good thing, to have sati in these occasions is very good, because, I mean, then we can control more or less, what is going on. But what gives, for instance, what gives rise to the desire, yeah? That you feel and that you think it's spiraling down. I mean, there must be some dissatisfaction or some anger or some whatever it is. Yeah, you have to root that out. Yeah, and desire, yeah, desire and hatred are only rooted out, at the end of our body investigation. So, yeah, now be patient. Yeah. Work on your body investigation, especially desire, yeah, desire and and hate, all connected to the body. Yeah, we want something for the body or for the senses and things like that, and we don't get it, so we become disillusioned or we become hateful, yeah, or we dislike comes up, or we want something, we can't get, and the greed comes up, yeah. So. Do more investigation. The more you do investigation of the body, the more you look into these things, yeah? What brings up the desire, yeah? Sometimes, we are just frustrated, I mean, frustration, I mean, is a very good thing, to bring up desire, yeah? We are frustrated with the way things are, yeah? So we can work on that, to be able to accept the way things are, yeah, and then there's no desire coming up. But if we are frustrated, something doesn't work out the way we want to work out, I mean, then desire comes up, or hate comes up, yeah. So work on these, yeah. But of course, sati is giving us for the moment the key, yeah. But it's not the solution. The solution is investigation. Okay?
Okay. But I do body investigations in my mind or not. Like, for example, when certain desires come and all that. But there comes a point when it doesn't want to.
Yeah, I know.
Do any investigation or just like I have practiced a lot seeing these images in my mind, but then it suddenly doesn't want to see it as ugly. See the body is ugly. It just thinks that body is beautiful and all the kind of fantasies along with it. So I feel like it's something that related to, I don't know, fear of missing out.
It's normal. It's completely normal. So what you then do, I mean, if you have a little bit of sati, then go into the desire, yeah? Let it play out, but be very mindful of what is happening in your heart, yeah? And at the end, once you filled your desire, ask yourself, yeah? I mean, was it worthwhile? See the whole process of it, yeah? Yeah. I mean,
so
these
play
things,
the fantasy in the mind is what
yeah, these things will happen, and it will happen for a long time, yeah. So I mean, don't give up, Yes, sometimes, sometimes the kilesas are too strong, and they will block our super images, and yeah, then we just do the other thing, then we investigate, the so-called pleasure. Is it really pleasure when we give into the desire? Or, we investigate the desire itself, I mean, we look at the desire, look at the burning desire in our heart, and ask ourselves, why am I doing this to myself, yeah? Or we give in, and see, yeah, okay, the desire is gone now, but, yeah, I mean, a sort of emptiness arises, yeah? We're not really satisfied with the results of it, okay?
Yeah, yes, but sometimes the desire is very subtle. Like it takes very subtle form, not in just terms of bodily flesh and all that, but more like interaction with the other person.
Yeah.
Or that person be
Yeah.
Being loved by another person, that kind of desires.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
very subtle and it all feels very reasonable to have these desires. So
And
how
then,
can you
yeah.
let go of these? How can you question them? It feels like very basic and innate desire.
Yeah. I mean, the reason comes from the kilesas, yeah? It's not coming from, the Dhamma doesn't find reasons, for doing something, yeah? So the reasons are coming from the kilesas. So you investigate. I mean, you think it's rational, yeah? I mean, what is rational, yeah? I mean, look at the things that are happening. Investigate the whole situation, yeah? I mean, I cannot tell you what is happening. Investigate the whole situation. Yeah? And then ask yourself, what is so rational about it? You have to do the investigation to find out what is actually behind that. Yeah? What came before the desire? Yeah? I mean, we are constantly fooled by the kilesas. The kilesas tell us, this is correct, this is, this is proper, and there's no problem with this, yeah, and it's logical, yeah. I mean, the kilesas are the most illogical things, yeah. I mean, they tell us everything, yeah. Just like our government, it tells us lies, this we have to do because of this and this, and we say, yeah, maybe it sounds, but it's all lies. It's all based on lies, yeah? And the kilesas use the same thing. So investigate, yeah?
Can you give like example for how do I investigate these subtle forms of lust?
Yeah, I mean, the moment you see it, you stop it, you stop it with Buddha or attention on the breath, and then go back. What came before it? Yeah? What kind of thought, what kind of memories came up, yeah? Or then you investigate, the the logical solution the appropriate solution that the kilesas give you. Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, I need to talk to this person because of this or that. Yeah, is it really necessary to talk to this person? Yeah, and yeah. And like I said, sometimes we have to go through the process and then afterwards evaluate it. Was it really that necessary? Yeah, because then you can find, the tricks of the kilesas. Yeah, sometimes we have to go through the whole process. Yeah, with as much, attention or with as much sati as possible, and then afterwards evaluate. Is my heart satisfied with this? Was it a good solution? Maybe it was a good solution. Yeah, but most of the time it is not a good solution. Yeah, we feel somehow uneasy about it, yeah, and that's probably what you felt, yeah. So look at it, go through it, with as much sati as you can, and then afterwards, ask the question: was it really necessary? Was it really appropriate? Was it, was it satisfactory? And so on, whatever, yeah.
Okay, and also sometimes the kaleshas in my mind also tell me to, challenge myself, put myself out there, and
What?
really
Repeat this again.
If I feel my heart's beating,
yeah,
in some situation, then I feel like I should go out there and really challenge myself. And so I don't know if I should follow it, what the heart says, or at that point should not. It feels like I should follow it, but
then that, I mean, if the heart is beating up, then I mean, then it is most probably not correct. Yeah, you don't have to go out, or you don't have to say it. Yeah, if the heart is beating up very strong, but also for this, investigate it. One time you do it, one time you don't do it, and then then compare the results of it. What is more satisfactory? To actually go out and do and say something or do something, yeah, or just to relax, and stay with the Buddha. I cannot give you a general solution. I can only show you, how to evaluate these things, yeah, how to compare them.
Yeah, it mostly feels better when I'm grounded myself in my mindfulness, in my breathing.
Yeah.
But
okay,
I just felt like I'm not doing anything.
that is okay.
I'm restraining myself if I'm not.
Yeah, No, that is completely okay, because I mean we are born to do something, we want to act or we want to react, and most of the time we don't need to react, yeah. And if it is more comfortable not to react, I mean, perfect, yeah. Then yeah. I mean, I always was very suspicious the moment my heart beat up very strongly, and I said, there's something wrong because it doesn't feel good, yeah. But
Yeah.
try it out. Yeah. Okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you, that was all.
Mm.
Inashu?
Hi, Ajahn.
Yeah.
I'm calling from Florida, United States. I think last time I spoke to you, it was almost a year ago, and you gave me many good recommendations. And my practice has been progressing very slowly, but I think in the right direction. One of the recommendations you gave me before, which I have not been able to do very well, is to have interest. I do mostly breathing meditation. Is to have interest, develop the interest in the meditation itself. So I've tried, but doesn't appear to be very successful. I don't know if you can give me a couple of words of advice in that regard.
Okay, let me first ask you, I mean, can you come to a state in your meditation where thoughts and memories cease to exist?
Yes, but only for about maybe sometimes between 3 and 5 minutes, no longer than that.
Okay, yeah. Now, so the interest, what are you doing? Do you do the breath meditation or Buddha?
I do the breath meditation mostly when I'm sitting down. I do Buddha when I'm a little bit more active.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, mostly breath.
All right. Do you also do some walking meditation?
I also do walking meditation, yes, but not as often.
Okay, for the breath, yeah. Be interested when the in-breath starts. Be interested, when the in-breath is at its height, yeah. And then when it slowly decays, be interested in every second, of the in-breath, yeah. And then be mostly interested when is the point that the in-breath switches to the out-breath, or when the out-breath switches to the in-breath. There's a point where it switches. I mean, if you put, I want to catch that point that you won't be very likely to catch, but the interest to catch this point, yeah, I mean, will keep your sati very, very strong, yeah. Can I do that? Yeah,
Yes,
it's the same thing.
I tried that. Yeah, I think where I get some of the distraction is on in between the 2 points.
Yeah, in between the 2 points, then just see, is the in-breath long or is it short, Is it strong or is it very subtle, yeah? Between these 2 points, yeah? Just see, I mean, is it going up, or is it decreasing? And the same with the out-breath. Is it increasing, or is it, decreasing, yeah? Find as many points as you can, as you can find, or can be interested, yeah. But you're more interested in what is going on around, yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's a tendency of our mind to be more interested about the results of our meditation, and that distracts us, yeah. Do I get some calm? Are there still some more thoughts coming? Yeah. Forget about that. Expectation is that what ruins our meditation. Okay?
Thank you, Ajahn.
Anyone else have questions to us? You can unmute yourself and ask. If not, you can type the question in the chat. I can read out the question for you. Oh, yeah, Fang?
Oh, Bob, I got one question. So,
Only
I
one.
wanted to check. Yeah, only one today.
Okay.
I wanted to check. I always have a conception that when you practice meditation, you get calm. But I realized that as I practice, I learn to identify more of like the anger and the emotions, and I try to like look back at the source. So is it normal, or actually you will go directly to like, is calm the end state as you practice, or actually this is how your path will be?
What exactly is the question?
So the question is, as you practice meditation, will you actually reach a calm stage eventually, or in between, before you reach the very calm state that you're supposed to have, you will actually have to face with challenges like learning how to identify your own feelings and then look at the source of these feelings?
No.
Because I realized, no?
No.
Okay.
I mean, if you do samatha, and that's what when we talk about, if you do samatha, you don't go onto the feelings, you don't go on the thoughts, you see there's a thought and return back to the breath or return back to the Buddha. You're not going to investigate this, otherwise you will never get calm.
Okay. So what I realized is that in my daily life now, right, because I'm doing reflection and like I kind of get more aware of the feelings that I have.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure whether I'm at the right track, because theoretically people will like calm down, but then I seems to be like more emotional. I have more anger, more greed, stuff like that. So is it because I start to see them now better?
Yes.
Like I observe them better?
Yes, that of course, yeah. I mean, the more we get calmer, the more we clearly see what is going on in our heart, yeah. But I was talking only about when we do samatha, when we sit down for calm meditation, we are not interested in anything than the breath or the Buddha, yeah. Except when the painful feelings become so strong that we cannot concentrate on the breath or on the Buddha, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, the more you practice samatha, I mean, the more you see the greed and the hate come up. That's good. And then, outside of the samatha practice, you can investigate that. Where's the hate coming from? Or where is the greed coming from? What came before the hate, yeah? What kind of image, or what kind of memory, or what kind of thought came up, yeah? Yeah? Clear?
Okay, thank you. Clear.
I have a question. But I noticed that the more I practice nowadays, I find I expect to have more confidence and more faith, but doubt creeps in, and sometimes I wonder whether what I'm experiencing or noticing or feeling is it all an illusion. So I feel like my faith is wavering. At some point, I think I believe that on the right track, I'm doing the right thing, and my life as a Buddhist is on the right path. And then sometimes the thought just comes in, and it asks me to question whether is this really real? I mean, is the Buddha real? Maybe this is all just very well made up, and despite the fact that having been to India and seeing all these places, so those kind of doubts come into my head, and I don't like it. I suppose I assume that when I'm on this path, my faith will continue to go stronger and stronger. But then this doubt comes in and plays with my mind. Is it normal?
It is quite normal, yeah. What you do is, you just say doubt, there's doubt, and then you go back to the breath or you go back to the Buddha. The moment, you give a value to a thought, this thought becomes more and more real, yeah. I mean, don't you have, you have results in your practice, yeah. I mean, you get calm, yeah. And when there's calm, yeah, when there's no thoughts and no memories coming up, you feel satisfied. I mean, where's the doubt about your results? See? And that is what we sometimes we have to tell ourselves, yeah? I mean, what I'm doing, that is the path of the Lord Buddha, yeah? That the Lord Buddha described, and he described when we stay with the breath or when we stay with the Buddha, we become calm, yeah? And when we become calm, we are satisfied or happy, or contented, yeah? We don't want anything, yeah? So I'm on the right track, yeah? I mean, of course the kilesas want to throw us doubt. I mean, is that all real? I mean, we don't know if it is real or not real, but we are not bothered by it. What is real is, I mean, am I calm? Do I feel, do I feel satisfaction? Do I feel contentment? That is real. You feel it, yeah. No?
Right. It's just that it disturbs me.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
guess I go on the basis that the more is,
Yeah, the more you give.
the more faith I would have, and there's less.
Yeah. The more you give in.
And then
Yeah.
that was less likely.
Don't just say there's doubt and go back. Yeah. Sometimes I mean, I had to touch my body and said, okay, yeah, that looks real. I mean, that is real. The feeling that I have, seems to be real. That's okay. Yeah. The doubt comes in. I mean, but don't give any value to it. Yeah. So the more you say, you can say, I don't believe you, I don't trust you. You can tell that to the doubt, I don't trust you. Yeah? Where are you coming from? I don't trust you. The more you put it aside, the less the doubt is coming. And the more you bring it, the more you believe the doubt, yeah, the more the doubt is coming. Understand that?
Right. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I noticed that. Yes.
Yeah. Just go back to your practice, yeah.
Anyone else with questions? Me?
Yes. Luang Por, yeah, I think I want to come and practice at your monastery. May I request to come and practice for some years? Is it possible?
For what?
Because may I request to come and practice at your monastery for some years? Because I'm currently doing PhD, but I wanted to give up my studies.
Yeah, the same as me. I was doing my PhD, and then I said,
in my
forget
second
about
year
it.
right now.
Yeah, just come to the monastery, yeah, and then see. I mean, if you like it, you can stay on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't cause any problems, I mean, some people. Yeah, I mean, Sao Ling, how long are you here? 4, 5, 6 years, or what?
Nearly 5 years.
Oh, she's already here 5 years, though. Yeah. If people don't create any troubles, they can stay. Okay. You still in Czech?
Yeah, but my problem is that, yeah, I'm in Prague right now. The thing is that last Saturday I tried for more than 10 hours meditation, but I got depressed, sad, and yeah. But I try and try again. So that's the thing. That's like I'm emotional, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, whatever, I mean, tell yourself, the moment, if I'm with the Buddha or if I'm with the breath, I'm going along the right path, yeah? If I go into my thoughts, if I go into, feelings or things like, I'm not on the right path. When I do investigation, if I'm with the object of investigation, I'm on the right path. If I'm not with the object of investigation, then I'm on the wrong path. Very simple. But we never do that,
Yeah,
actually. Okay, so yeah, you can come.
Yeah, yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. I'll like the decision. Yeah.
I read out some of the questions
Okay.
online. Yeah. Okay, first question. I bounce back and forth between cosmic optimism of seeing the world as innately good and evil as illusory, as taught specifically in the doctrine of Nepotism or other theistic traditions like Hindu sects. Intellectually and also experientially, there's a joy of being and wonder at it. But I keep coming back to the Buddhist practice when seeing and experiencing dukkha. Will enough meditation help me break through this deadlock of experience and decidedly see the truth as it is?
Yeah, I mean, if you practice enough meditation and if you see that what the Lord Buddha teaches, leads to the result that the Lord Buddha gives us, I mean, the more faith we have in Him, yeah? You don't have to, you don't have to give up all the other things, I mean, they will slowly, when the more you do the practice, slowly the other things don't make any sense anymore. If we tend to decide to break off something with our thought, I mean, or with our decisions, I mean, this always will linger in the back of our head, yeah. But if we don't show any interest in other religions, I mean, and if we stick, with the teaching of the Lord Buddha, I mean, the more our faith becomes in the teaching of the Lord Buddha. Because, I mean, whatever he says, whatever he teaches, I mean, if he teaches about samatha, I mean, we can experience the results within ourselves, yeah? I mean, what did the Lord Buddha say? Open your eyes and see for yourself, yeah? But he didn't say, with our outer eyes, he said it with our inner eyes. We can see the calmness, we can see the happiness, we see the content, that comes with the samatha practice. Or we see the result that our hate or our greed becomes less when we do the asupa practice, yeah? So, what do we need more? Okay, next question.
Next, there are two questions on ants and the toilet. His paranoid ants may be sinking in the toilet, and he's interrupting to check and rescue continuously. Is it in the kuti's toilet?
Yeah.
Is that restlessness, distraction?
What is exactly the question?
And if the toilet,
yeah, the ants in the toilet, yeah,
is checking the toilet.
Who is checking the toilet? Well, I don't really.
The person.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, what you're going to do? I mean, the best thing, if you see the ants swimming in the toilet water, I mean, take some more water, and gush them out so that they come, out, in the open, and they can walk again. They don't drown instantly, Sometimes they can even walk on the water, But this is a distraction, yeah. I mean, people who normally look for these little things, yeah, there's an ant, yeah. Like some of the Tibetan Buddhists say, oh, I don't want to, I don't want to, I mean, I don't want to harm this ant, so I will take my way around them and around them and around them, and then they come back to the monastery and rape a nun. This is okay for them, but to step on an ant, that is not okay. So take heed of the more important things, and and put less emphasis on the small things. Yeah? I mean, I tested it out. I mean, they don't die. If you wash them away with a swoop of water, and then you see them after a minute, they crawl again. Yeah, they're used to this heavy rain. Yeah. They're swept away, and they don't die, I mean, they get out to the land, and then whatever, yeah. Don't look on the small things, look on the big, yeah. The big things, the lies that we tell, or the misconduct that we have, or all the other things, yeah. Okay, next question.
Yeah, in relation to that question, if he is worried about the unseen beings in the pipe or outside the pipe, is it allowed and better karma to poop on open ground after inspecting?
What? I don't understand the question.
Oh no, I
Please,
sent
next
it.
time,
I sent it
please
later.
point it out, because I don't understand the question. I mean, yes, of course, if you have a way, to put them on the ground, yes, it's better, yeah. Or you can just sweep them with a broom, yeah. But if they're already in the water, what can you do? Huh? Just flush them down the toilet, yeah.
Okay. Next, Venerable Ajahn Martin, I heard that Ajahn Mahabua used to say that a person who is naturally very angry can progress very quickly if he directs his anger against the kilesas.
Yes.
If this is correct, could you please explain a little more on how one can do it? I am naturally a very angry person, and I started practicing Buddhism because I was afraid of where my anger could get me. After watching your Dhamma talks, I can control my anger much better, but I still have the characteristics of a hatred-inclined person. I know my anger can make me very motivated to achieve my goals, but I'm afraid of misusing it. Thank you so much for everything.
How can you misuse the anger? I don't understand that, I mean, if you direct it towards the kilesas that produce the anger, yeah? I mean, anger comes from our dissatisfaction. We are dissatisfied with this, we're dissatisfied with that, yeah? I mean, the only way to overcome anger is, the investigation of the body, yeah? Until we finish body investigation, there will be anger. But we direct it towards the kilesas, who brings up the anger, yeah? So, there's a dislike, and anger comes up. Huh? So what we do, we investigate that what brought up the anger. Yeah, the picture that we saw, the situation that we were in. Yeah, I mean, we analyzed it and said, that is the way things are. Yeah, what makes me so angry? Yeah. And then I go to my views and opinions that I have about how the situation should be. Yeah. And then I correct my views and opinion about this, and then there is no more anger coming up. He has to be more specific, yeah? Okay, next.
Next question is on insects again. Venerable Ajahn, how can we deal with insect infestations that are health-threatening without breaking the first precept? A few months ago, I had to deal with a cockroach infestation. There were more than 100 cockroaches, so I couldn't just pick them up and put them where they would not cause trouble. Since they can contaminate the food and cause diseases, they had to be exterminated. How bad was the karma of breaking the first precept in this situation? Could I have done something different?
I mean, you can find, well, what you can do is you can find a trap, that doesn't kill the cockroaches, and just throw them out, into the open air, yeah? I mean, if this happens only one time, I wouldn't say that the karma is too heavy, yeah? But you will feel, some of the karma is coming back to you, yeah? Try to deal with it, I mean, we have rats, I mean, rats are not very healthy as well, we catch the rats, and then we put them out into the nature, yeah? We leave them somewhere else, where they can't come back. Yeah? And try to do that with the cockroaches, I mean, I used to have, people are so, but people are also, so afraid, of sickness and disease, yeah. I remember when I lived in the US, I mean, we lived in an apartment, I mean, there were not only hundreds of cockroaches, there were thousands of cockroaches, yeah. Yeah, we try to get rid of them at that time, I mean, yeah, not in a very healthy way, but yeah, they're still there. I was never afraid of, of the diseases. I mean, the mosquitoes can bring diseases, You cannot get rid of mosquitoes, yeah. All these things, I mean, depending on our karma, is what kind of disease we get, yeah. Except for the normal, cold and fever, that is normal, yeah. So we have to live with it, I mean, we have a body and we wanted this body, and the body gets sick, just like the Lord Buddha said, yeah. It gets old, it gets sick, and it dies, yeah. And it depends on, what kind of karma we have. That the death depends on this kind of karma that we have. Do we have a fast death or slow death, a painful death or not so painful death? Do we have this kind? Do we have cancer or do we have Alzheimer or Parkinson or whatever? It's all related to our karma. Yeah, has nothing to do, Yeah, with the insects. Yeah. Yes, of course they can spread diseases, but most of it, I mean, we can live with it, yeah. We get infected, but we have a body, that heals, most of the diseases, yeah. Most of these, simple things, can be healed by our body. Yeah? That's why we have, the, what is it called, the bodily reaction that, I mean, keeps track of it. Or fights them, yeah? The white blood cell or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. So worry too much about these little things, Why don't you worry about if you're with the Buddha or not with the Buddha, or with the breath or not with the breath? That should be your worry, yeah. Not the other things, yeah. I mean, if you're actually in these situations, if you actually, I mean, look what the situation is, then you will have a solution to it. Yeah? There's always a good solution to it. Next. Hello.
There's an audio question.
These are all the...
Anyone else?
Do we have any questions from the audience here? Yeah, okay.
If one is trying to develop samadhi, what is the relationship between samatha and investigation that one should have during the day? How many hours, 2 weeks?
I mean, in the beginning, you want to get into samadhi as long as possible. Yeah. I mean, investigation is, I mean, you can do investigation, a little bit of reflection, about your life, when you were born, when you went to school, when you started working and so on, and look at your life, This kind of reflection you can do all the time. But for the serious kind of, investigation, you need a lot of sati, So if you cannot stay in samadhi without thoughts or without memories for more than 15 minutes, I mean, investigation will never cut, I mean, the sharper our samadhi or sati is, I mean, the easiest is to cut through the kilesas, that try to blind us, So, I mean, for the time being, I mean, use most of the time, 10, 12 hours, just to do samadhi, and 1 hour, common reflection, I mean, we are born, we get older, we get sick, we will die, And it's not the first life, that we have gone through, How many millions or trillions of lives have we already had, Not only as humans, sometimes as devas, most of the time probably in hell or in the lower realms, Or as animals. Oh. And then, I mean, get the motivation also, to practice more and more and more, How long do I want to do that? How long do I want? Carlo. How long do I want to be born and die and born and die and born and die again? Is it so much fun? Ask yourself. You don't have to give me the answer. You have to ask yourself. It's not so bad,
No, actually, it's like this life itself is.
I mean, disliking life, is not the answer to it, The thing, the thing that gives us the motivation is, I want to make an end to it. Yeah? I mean, hating the body, it's just, it's not getting us rid of the body.
It's not even that I hate it. It's more like I will like, but then I know that it really ain't gonna do anything. It's like everything is just a disappointment. But the liking is still there, which is annoying.
Yeah, no, it is okay. I mean, we can like the right things. For instance, we can like to go into samadhi. Yeah, this we can like. I mean, the like, or the will, I mean, is the thing, that perpetuates to nibbana. Yeah. That's what we need, I mean, if you say, everything is bad, everything, nothing is changing, you just sleep up in my next life, and then you have the same situation. Yeah. I mean, we have to do something, to get out of the out of the shithole we are in. Yeah. So we smell the shit. Yeah. We think, this smells nice. This smells nice, until we investigate it and see. Actually, it smells really shitty. And then the reaction should be, let's get out of it. Not it's yeah.
Yeah. It happens with the dog food. Sometimes that's like, this isn't so bad, but then I know it is.
It doesn't. I mean, don't give labels to it. Don't say bad or good. Just investigate. Just how does it feel like? How does it compare to this?
Yeah.
How does it compare to that? Yeah.
Because if I label it, then it just stops there.
Yeah, it stops there. Yeah. And you fool yourself. Yeah. You fool yourself with these labels, because, I mean, we have used labels for such a long time, and we think these labels are correct, yeah? But actually, when you investigate, it's not correct.
Yeah, it's much more nuanced than that.
Yeah.
I mean, just
good. Hello.
Any label, good, bad,
yeah.
blue, green.
Yeah.
Tasty, sticky.
What is tasty?
Yeah, that's the thing.
You have to ask this question. I mean,
why do I find it tasty? Why do I find it
no, not why do you find it tasty. That's the wrong question. What is, what is tasty? Huh? We never ask why. Why is always leading to thinking. We ask, how does it compare to? Yeah? How does it feel like? Yeah? And how does this feeling compare to the other feeling when we investigate something else? And then we see, feelings are feelings, yeah? Has nothing to do, it has all to do with our labels, yeah? That we fall for the labels that we put on. This is good or this is bad, yeah?
I was going to say this is good, but okay.
Yeah, no. Don't say it, don't think it, just...
I'll just let it fall.
Yeah. Okay, so, other Sunny? Hello?
Yes, Nongpo. Yeah. Any other questions? Anne? Yeah, you're still on mute. Yeah, I think now it's okay.
Is it the younger or... No, that is already old.
This one is already old, the other one.
How old?
Sleep a bit.
1 or 2 years?
1.5.
1.5. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a daughter, huh? It's a girl.
2 daughters.
Two of them are girls.
2 girls.
Okay, so what is the question?
I just have a short question. Yes, question. Now my time is, how do I say? I don't really have much time to practice, or actually I do have time to practice, especially while I'm breastfeeding. Then I just sit and I don't have to really do anything, but I get distracted with the feeling.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice on how to use that time in a good way for meditation.
Yeah, I mean, see that you get distracted to the feeling and then go back to the breath, or go back to the Buddha. Don't pay too much attention, to the feeling itself. Or feeding or what? When you feed your baby or what?
Yeah, the feeling of feeding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the feeling
while
of
I'm
feeding.
breastfeeding, so I feel that.
Yeah.
I get the feeling of feeding. I get distracted by it, and then I try to go to the feeling, but then
yeah, and then, but
I was a bit stuck.
If you go to the feeling, then just stay with the feeling and don't make any comments about the feeling. Just like you do the dukkha vedana, you go to the painful feeling. Remember that? We just stay with the feeling, and we ask some questions about it. And you do the same thing, yeah, with feeding, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Ask questions, how does it feel? I mean, there's certainly a lot of sensory input, yeah? Yeah? Is it is it pleasant something, or is it unpleasant, Where does it actually originate, Yeah? But you have to leave out all the thoughts about it and all the labels, yeah? Just go directly into the feeling. How does it feel? Okay?
Okay, I'll try. Thank you.
So, then we can close the session, Sani?
Any last questions, anyone?
Next slide.
Yeah.
One more?
I think that's all.
What?
I think no more questions.
I have one from the audience, yeah?
Yeah. No more questions.
Sitting meditation with the eyes closed.
What?
When we are doing sitting meditation with the eyes closed,
yeah,
sometimes the mind starts dreaming.
Yeah.
And I'm awake, but if I keep like I am, I know that in 1 or 2 minutes I will be dreaming and fall asleep.
Yeah.
So what should I do?
You should look, what came before you start to feel the dreaming. Huh? I mean, normally, what is happening, when we go to sleep, the mind gets calm, and that's why we fall asleep. Yeah. So we have to be put before we go into meditation. I want to really know what is happening. Yeah. What gives rise to the feeling of or the dreaming or the tiredness and so on. Yeah. Yeah. I want to catch that point. And, I mean, the Kilesas tell us everything, what they are going to do, but we never listen to them. Yeah? So, now it's calm, now I can go to sleep. But we don't see that thought. Huh? And then, with enough sati, we can see the thought and say, no, I want to stay awake.
But can I open the eyes?
No, you should not. Yeah, because that distracts, But if you see that you're already dreaming, then open the eyes, Okay, let's start from afresh, yeah? And then, when you start from afresh, that I want to catch that point, yeah? When I go to sleeping or dreaming or, falling asleep, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes we have to start, yeah? I mean, it doesn't really matter, yeah? Okay, let's start again. Yeah? Sooner or later, we can stay on for a while. Yeah? But
in breath meditation, there's always this sense that I am controlling the breath.
Yes.
So it's like breathing is actually this natural process which is always going on, whether I'm focusing it on it or not.
Yeah.
And like the moment I focus on it, it just immediately seems like I'm the one who's like, doing in breath and out breath.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, that just seems like there's something off about it. It's just puzzled me for sure.
Yes. And it will puzzle you for quite a while. So the moment you see that you try to control the breath, yeah, then tell yourself, relax, and then start again. Yeah? It takes a long time because it's not only the breath that we try to control. Whatever we are aware of, We try to control the situation. So it's a habit, yeah? It's not only the breath, the situation around us, we try to control it, yeah? So you see it now, yeah? I mean, take some time, yeah? Be patient, yeah? And each time you see that you start, that's what I told myself, yeah? Controlling, relax, yeah? And then let it naturally happen, yeah? Because when I'm walking normally, the breath goes naturally, yeah? But of course I concentrate on, and then I want to control it, to make it in a certain way that I think is proper. No. And I told myself, okay, let it flow, okay? Yeah? Okay, start again, look at it, yeah? And after a while, it becomes easier, you less and less control. And this also, will, apply to situations in everyday situations. Yeah? You try not to control so much. Yeah? You just let things happen. Yeah? Okay?
Does this kind of intention to control have something to do with like our ignorance of anatta?
Learn of what?
Does this have something like our intention to control the breath as soon as we are aware of it? Does this have something to do with our ignorance of anatta, of not self?
Forget about anatta, yeah, and forget about ignorance. Just try, simple things, yeah. We will get sooner or later. We will get to the stage, yeah. I mean, when feelings come, we can use the principle of anatta, yeah, to see, there's a feeling. Who knows there's a feeling, yeah. The one who knows there's a feeling and the feeling itself are two different things. That's the principle of anatta. So we use the principle of anatta or the principle of dukkha. Yeah. Okay. So Sani, that's it. We close down. Yeah.
Yep.
When you're coming back to Thailand.
Okay, last day. This week, the next weekend I'll be coming back to Thailand.
When?
Then that's the last trip.
Next, or?
On the 6th
of March.
On the 6th, I think.
Where are you going to?
6 March.
You're going.
No, 5th March.
Where are you going to?
Yeah, I'm going to Bangkok. Chantaburi, Longpo Punsong.
Okay.
The Bosot opening.
Okay.
From 5th to 8th March. Yeah. That's the last trip planned for now. No more.
Okay, you have to work sometimes, to get the money for your airfares. Yeah. Okay, so.
Yeah, thank you, Longpo.
Yeah, you're welcome.
See you next session. Yeah.
So then we close the session. Yeah.